Introducing the newest fighter/assassin hero in the advanced server. He has 9 different skills, and his name is Sora. He looks like a kid granted with the power of the clouds. I wonder what faction he's from. Anyway, let's take a look at his skills. Let's start with his passive, and it's pretty simple. Each time he damages enemy heroes or their summons, he gains his stack, and it's called Cloudstep. At 5 stacks, his ultimate becomes available. These stacks last only 6 seconds, and they cannot be gained from minions or jungle creeps. So no, Jungle Sora isn't possible. Next is his skill 1. It's a combination of strikes with a bit of mobility. Sora delivers 2 attacks, then lunges toward a designated area, damaging all enemies within its range. What makes this skill flexible is the ability to leap in a chosen direction before the lunge, giving Sora the chance to reposition while the skill is active. Each hit made by the skill generates 1 stack of his passive. And since it hits 3 times, the skill can give Sora 3 stacks. On to his skill 2. Sora's second skill makes him leap forward and slam the ground, damaging all enemies in the targeted area and briefly slowing them down. If he hits an enemy, the skill's cooldown is reduced by 2 seconds. If there are enemies along his lead path, Sora will stop upon colliding with the first one and immediately slam the ground at that position. Landing the slam at the center grants him 2 stacks, while missing the center only provides 1 stack. One important limitation to note: unlike other mobility skills, this ability cannot carry Sora through walls. So yeah, this skill is good for initiation, but it's pretty limited in chase and escape potential. Finally, his ultimate. When Sora reaches 5 Cloudstep stacks, he can transform into one of the 2 states, Thunder or Torrent. Swiping left activates Thunder. In Thunder State, all of Sora's extra HP converts into physical attack, effectively turning him into a high-damage assassin. Now, if you swipe right, you get to activate Torrent. In Torrent State, he converts all of his extra physical attack into max HP, making him a tank-like bruiser. Both states remain active for only 10 seconds. Pretty neat, right? Let's start with his Thunder State. When activated, Sora charges for a brief moment and releases a burst of thunderous clouds, damaging all enemies within its range. During this charge, he becomes untargetable and gains increased movement speed. Afterwards, Sora unlocks a brand new set of enhanced skills. Sora's enhanced skill 1 now strikes 5 times instead of 3. He loses the short leap this skill normally provides, but in exchange, he delivers 4 consecutive strikes while moving freely, then finishes with a powerful lunge. Despite the upgrade, this enhanced version still grants a maximum of 3 Cloudstep stacks. Sora's second skill slightly changes. He still leaps towards the targeted area, but the mechanics are stricter. This time, he no longer collides with the first enemy along the path. Instead, he always completes the full leap. Enemies hit along the path grant 1 Cloudstep stack, while enemies struck at the center of the landing zone grants 2 stacks. As before, the maximum gain is 2 stacks total. The skill's cooldown is still reduced when it hits an enemy, but like the base form version, it still can't be used to pass through walls or terrains. Last is Thunder State's enhanced ultimate, and just like before, it requires 5 Cloudstep stacks to activate. When cast, Sora leaps into the air and strikes the targeted area 15 times in rapid succession. He can move freely while the skill is active, allowing him to adjust his position during the attack. And in case you're curious, it's not as the same as 1-1's ultimate. Unlike her, Sora can still be targeted while his enhanced ultimate is in effect. This is not mentioned in the patch, but I noticed that Thunder State also provides extra attack speed. As you can see here, Sora in Thunder State attacks slightly faster compared to his base form. Next, let's take a look at Sora's Torrent State. When activated, Sora charges up for a brief moment before pulling all nearby enemies directly towards him. While charging, Sora gains CC immunity and gets extra max HP based on the amount of extra attacks Sora's built with. Once transformed, Sora gains access to a brand new set of 3 enhanced skills. In Torrent State, Sora's enhanced skill 1 no longer allows movement or repositioning while active. Instead, it gains powerful crowd control effects. Enemies hit by the first 2 strikes are slowed, while enemies struck by the finishing lunge are briefly stunned. As with the base form version, this skill still grants a maximum of 3 Cloudstep stacks. As for his enhanced skill 2, it still makes him leap forward and slams the ground in the targeted direction. The difference is that this time, all enemies caught along his path are dragged with him, and those within the landing zone are knocked airborne for a short duration. Hitting enemies outside the center of the area grants 1 Cloudstep stack, while hitting enemies at the center grants 2 stacks. And just the same as before, the maximum gain is 2 stacks, and the cooldown is reduced when the skill hits an enemy. Last is Torrent State's enhanced ultimate, which still requires 5 Cloudstep stacks to activate. When used, Sora leaps into the air and strikes the targeted area up to 10 times. Each strike slows the enemies in the area by 10% for 1 second, with the slow effect stacking up to a maximum of 80%. Sora can freely move while the skill is active, but same as the Torrent State, he still remains targetable even while in the air. And there you have it, Sora introduces a unique dual state system to Mobile Legends, effectively making him 2 heroes in 1. Torrent State delivers high mobility and burst damage, making him like an assassin hero. Meanwhile, Torrent State provides crowd control and durability, which is what fighter and tanks normally have. Together, they create a hero that challenges both players' mechanical skill and decision making. Just imagine this. Build HP items and you can convert those stats to damage when in Thunder form. Build attack items and you can convert it to HP when in Torrent form. Insane, right? But remember, we're still on the development phase, so his skills will still be a bit experimental. However, looking at his capability, I think Sora will be one of the most flexible heroes out there. I mean, literally. So what do you think of Sora? Does he also like meat? Let me know in the comments. Thank you for watching and see you in the next one.